I'm Reagan. I do the reception for High Tech.
And I'm Mackenzie. I do accounts payable, and the two of us handle the social media and digital marketing at High Tech. And High Tech handles anything and everything office and business related. So anything from point of sale systems to photocopiers and printers. If you need like digital sign rentals, computers, all of it.
Anything.
All of it. So it's a lot to post about. It's a lot of information to share. They thought we'd be the two best fits because we were the most familiar with social media. And 910 had already done our website and done our brand kit. So we were in a really good position to start the course and actually learn how to use the assets that we had available to us. And we were both getting super frustrated trying to post because we didn't know what to post about. We had these great photos, we have this great website, and we were just stuck. It was really frustrating because we knew we could be performing really well on social media, but we just
didn't know how.
Didn't know what we needed to do and the steps we needed to take. So as soon as the course popped up, it was like, okay, yes, please.
The course kind of gave us the ability to think in a more creative way and still come up with ideas.
Yeah, well, it gave us the ability to do more than just brainstorm. We're actually able to execute our ideas, because I think that's where we tend to stall out. We're really good at like, let's try this, 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 and this. But as soon as we got started before, it was like, oh, I'm so overwhelmed. Like, there's so many options.
I loved the coaching calls. I didn't talk much because I'm like clearly petrified of the camera, but I really liked being a part of it because I learned so much. I learned the most from the videos.
The coaching calls were so much fun. I was super shy on the first few. As the course went on and we really jumped in, it was so nice to have a community of people that were all learning and interested in growing. It was so nice to have that instead of it being the two of us sitting at the reception desk going, I don't know what to post this week. Like, what do we do? Yeah. It was really nice to have extra people to bounce ideas off of and have you guys chime in and be like, hey, like, we have an easier way to do this. Like, let's go this way and redirect. It was so nice.
Canva.
Yeah, Canva.
Making graphics. It used to take me all day to make one graphic, and now we can make like 30 in 1 hour. Yeah. So that was super helpful for me.
So it went from it taking hours, like hours and hours and hours, to
forever.
An hour the first day to make all the graphics together, and then
like no time,
like maybe a morning to get everything scheduled,
and then you don't have to worry about it as much.
Yeah, it's done.
You just interact with the people, the followers.
Yeah. So it's a lot easier, and it's way less stress on us being able to just get it done. Anybody can commit one morning a month to scheduling their content, right?
Just make that little chunk of time and you can get it all done.
Yeah.
And you don't have to stress about it.
Yeah, SEO was the big one for me because I vaguely knew what SEO meant, but I thought that was like the website creators dealt with that and then you just existed and that was it, and there was nothing that you could actually do to affect change on your standing there. And then now I feel like I actually have some control over our standing in search and how that goes, and it's a lot less vague and wild and spooky. It's just like, oh, okay, this is actually pretty reasonable. Like, here are the steps that I can take to improve our standing and actually make sure that we're showing up in search for different things. So when we heard that the homework was, or the big main project was planning and executing a campaign, I panicked. I was like, there's no way we are going to be able to do this. Like, what is a campaign? I was petrified. And then when we got the workbook, so Reagan and I are really good at brainstorming and coming up with concepts. Executing is hard. It's really, really hard to actually break things down into steps, and the campaign workbook was so nice. We go through step by step and it breaks everything down so nicely that instead of it being this big, huge, wide concept of like campaign, and then it's like, oh, actually this is super reasonable to execute and all we need to do is this, 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 and this. Schedule and hit go. Like, it made it far less of a terrifying concept into something that we can actually do. And that was the main one for me because I was super overwhelmed by campaign planning. It was a terrifying idea to be like, yeah, you're going to run an ad campaign. And it was just like,
I don't know, the word ad campaign, words.
Yeah.
Terrifying.
Yeah.
Terrifying.
It made it sound super scary, but it was really, really manageable as soon as we got started. And we got so much feedback on all of the ones that we submitted.
Yeah, Feedback helped a lot.
Yeah, there was so much good feedback all the time.
Okay.
Yeah, but the feedback made
helpful.
such a difference.
Second we did the course, it was, night and day. Went from like, what was our reach for Facebook, like, or Instagram?
Instagram, it was 100 for the 3 months before we started the course. Our average reach was, I think, 130 or something, or it was capped out at like 300
Okay, so
for those 3 months.
Capped at 300, and then we reached over 40,000.
So,
I feel like the results speak for themselves.
yeah, almost any company could benefit from it. Even if you feel like you're pretty
every
competent on social media,
You're
we thought we
probably
were
not.
doing really well. Like, we're like, oh, we're doing okay. Our reach is fine. And as we went through the course, like, those insights just skyrocketed. And it's like, oh,
Yeah.
actually sitting down and having a plan and actually executing the plan, you'll grow so much faster. So it's anybody that really wants to grow their business. And my thought, too, is any small businesses or local artists or anybody that want to gain a following